What's going on? You already know it's your boy, Little T. Back in full effect. You already know how I'm rocking, man. Hey, man, check it out, check it out, check it out. So we got the truth about my wife and kids. Why did the show get canceled and left on a cliffhanger? That is some real shit, bro. Cause I always wondered that, man. Because I think the last episode, JC was like, "Oh yeah, I'm pregnant," and then ain't shit happened after that, bro. Like, and that was one of my favorite shows, Biggie. But yeah, you ready to find out why I got canceled? I'm bad. Feel another night. Juicy
American
Pop.
television sitcom My Wife and Kids aired on ABC for 5 seasons, from March 28,
Should have had 6 to 7
2001
seasons.
to May 17, 2005. The series was produced by Touchstone Television in association with Wayans Brothers Entertainment and Impact.
You touched my
It
stereo?
was created by Damon Wayans, who also stars, and veteran television writer and producer Don Rio. Damon plays Michael Kyle Sr., the owner and operator of a trucking company and the patriarch of an upper-middle-class black family living in Stamford, Connecticut. The show centers on him, his wife, Janet, or Jay, a day trader, played by Tisha Campbell, and their 3 children. 16-year-old Michael Jr., played by George O. Gore II, 15-year-old Claire, played by Jazz Raycole in Season 1, and then Jennifer Freeman for the remainder of the series, and the baby of the family,
Katie.
5-year-old Katie, played by Parker McKenna Posey. Not surprisingly,
Man, I ain't gonna
the
lie, bro. You seen Katie lately? Like Katie, like 2024 Katie? Katie little ass bad, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. 2024 Katie, she is bad,
The
boy.
show
Like,
debuted an
Michael
influx
Jackson
of
bad.
comparisons to another TV sitcom featuring a well-to-do black couple and their family.
I never watched The Cosby,
started
bro.
Pouring in. Like his predecessor, Damon is the primary creative force and voice behind his show. And like The Cosby Show, My Wife and Kids is a mostly housebound series in which the father is so successful in his job that he gets to hang around the house. A lot. He told the Chicago Tribune in 2001, "Of course, no one has done this kind of show as well as Cosby, but we did look at the Cosby blueprint. We neutralize race. When we were putting it together, we thought of what Cosby did right. He was smart on his show. The
Right.
kids couldn't pull things over on him. The
Right.
stories
Oh
had
yeah,
a
you
definite
could definitely, you
universality,
can't get in
and
shit
the
over
main
Michael Kyle.
theme
Michael
is,
Kyle, he
I'm
was
not
petty.
your friend. I'm your dad, and I'll be your dad until I die." It's about a father
Made all them kids eat all that
In
damn
developing the
pie.
pilot for the series, Damon says he paid close attention to the pilots for The Cosby Show and Roseanne for inspiration. Even more important to his vision was bringing back the concept of positive fathers to television. In the last several years, I've seen these TV fathers, Homer Simpson or Al Bundy, dumb guys who the kids were always trying to fool. But I grew up with a great father.
I hear
think
that.
I'm a great father. I wanted to bring great dads back to television. Fathers are very critical to how children view the world. According to Tisha, Damon allegedly initially didn't want her as his co-star, citing her past on the 90s sitcom Martin. But her relentless persistence ultimately helped her secure the job.
Man,
A few years
she
after
was
Martin
funny on
ended,
there.
Tisha learned of a casting call for a show called My Wife and Kids. As she explained on Finesse Mitchell's Understand This podcast, she decided to reach out to her agent about the role of Janet, only to be shot down. I called my
Damn.
agent and I'm like, "Yo, I heard about this audition." And he was like, "Yeah, they don't really want to see you."
Damn. Tisha
From
Campbell.
there, she reached out to friend and former Martin co-star Tashina Arnold, who had auditioned for the show a few days earlier. After discussing the series with her and looking over her script, Tisha knew she'd be the perfect fit. I was like, "Oh my god, I could do this with my hands tied behind my back. Let me just get this audition." So I called my agent again, and he was like, "They are adamant that they really don't want to see you."
Damn. Why they doing Tisha like that?
Tapping into her connections, she then reached out to someone she knew who was interviewing to be the casting director. According to Tisha,
Damn, she wanted that
person
role
told her
bad.
they had already tried to put in a good word for her, but
Damn.
Damon allegedly resisted, saying that although he loved her, he couldn't see himself playing opposite Gina for 5 years. Though Damon and her agent resisted, Tisha decided she was going to audition for the show.
There you
anyway.
go. Stay
She
persistent, baby.
revealed that in the last stages of casting, she showed up unannounced to one of the final rounds of auditions, where Damon
Yeah.
was allegedly visibly angry over her being there.
Oh well.
But then, once they started reading together, his tone changed. Later, she got a call from her agent, who told her she'd been invited to meet with the network. So, basically, that's what happened.
Yeah,
I went to
yeah.
the network and got the part.
Yeah, she ran down in there.
In season 3, 2 new main characters are introduced. Junior's girlfriend turned wife, Vanessa Scott, first played by Megan Good, and then Donna Summer's daughter, Brooklyn
I like
Swan.
Donna Summers
And
better
Franklin
than that part.
Mumford III, played by Noah
Oh man,
Kirkpatrick.
Franklin,
In
Blinky
episode
Dudes,
26 of the
Blinky
fifth season,
Dudes.
titled The V Story, which would not only serve as a season finale, but also the series finale, the episode ends on a cliffhanger.
It'd be much easier for me just
I'm
to go ahead
pregnant.
and get the vasectomy. To hell with Hallie.
It doesn't matter anymore, Michael.
Why not?
Because I'm pregnant.
Right after this
Plan
episode,
B.
ABC canceled the show,
Wow.
leaving zero closure for audiences.
Right.
The network canceled My Wife and Kids alongside other shows, including 8 Simple Rules.
Man,
Rather
fuck
than
8
produce
Simple
My Wife and
Rules.
Kids Season 6, ABC gave its Tuesday time slot to According to Jim. Fun
Right.
fact, while it is a common staple for most family sitcoms to include holiday episodes, My Wife and Kids did not feature any throughout its entire run.
Oh
The
yeah.
reason for this had everything to do with Damon. The Wayans brothers were raised Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh,
Therefore, the
I didn't know
members
that.
of the family who still practice don't celebrate holidays. The second oldest sibling, Keenan, reported that his father was a Jehovah's Witness, and although his mother was not religious, growing up in his household gave each child a unique perspective and relationship with religion. If anyone or anything is to blame for the show ending, it's the success of the singing competition show American Idol. Falling
Damn.
ratings and
Yeah,
ABC
yeah. I was with you with the other shows, but my wife, KJ, you're not beating out American Idol. It's American Idol, like it's American Idol, bro. You're not beating that shit out.
Sitcom had played itself
But
out,
then you had to
there
cancel
were
my shit. You could've went to a new
reportedly blamed
station.
For My Wife and Kids being suddenly canceled. Stephen McPherson, the then president of ABC, also stated that American Idol, which was then airing on Fox on Tuesday nights, was damaging the ratings of ABC's Tuesday night comedies. It's hard to believe that the sitcom had played itself out when My Wife and Kids Season 6 would have picked up on a life-changing note. Fans of the
Thanks.
show could have only guessed what sort of situations would have occurred during and after Jay's pregnancy. Especially
Thanks.
because the baby was a surprise to begin with.
Thanks.
Damon also questioned why My Wife and Kids ended. He was under the impression by the network that his show had been picked up for another season. That explains why the show's season 5 finale concluded with a big
What the fuck?
cliffhanger.
I was ready to
because
say.
he thought it would be addressed in the next season. In a 2006 interview with Desert News, Damon
I like
blamed
them
the
shades. Them
cancellation
glasses
of the
hard.
show and the decline of sitcoms overall on the corporate culture that rules the network television industry. I think it starts on the top, and the corporate agenda is not a creative one. That's the last thing they think about, putting on something that's fresh and different.
Mm-hmm.
They say they want something fresh and different, but what they really want is something that worked before. That's all they know. While there were fewer shows
want that
featuring
guarantee.
minority casts than in years prior, he stopped short of calling it racial discrimination.
Yo,
attributing
Damon
it
low-key be
to
putting
a,
that shit
quote,
on low-key
corporate agenda.
with the hats and all
It's
types
not a
of
black
shit.
thing. It's a green thing. I think network
Yeah,
executives
definitely
are
a
getting
green thing.
lazier.
Money talks
And
everywhere.
Unfortunately, the black shows go first. Lionsgate Home Entertainment released the first 2 seasons of My Wife and Kids on DVD in North America between 2009 and 2010. More than a decade and a half after the end of its original run, the show finally began streaming after finding a home on Hulu in 2021. But now that people were
On
watching
Netflix.
or rewatching the show, they were also wondering what happened to the first Claire. To recap, Jazz Raycole played the role of
I heard
the
her mother
child
took her
for
off.
season 1 only. When season 2 came along, Jennifer Freeman had taken over. The show even acknowledged the recasting in a line of dialogue.
Claire,
Yeah?
what's different about you?
Talking about, I just pulled my hair back, that's all.
Whatever it is, you look like a whole new person.
Apparently, producers recast the role of Claire after Jazz's mother objected to a storyline
Yeah,
in
yeah, I
which
heard
one
about
of
that.
Claire's friends becomes pregnant. Jazz reflected on her My Wife and Kids departure in an
Oh,
interview
look
with
at
the
her.
Christian Post in 2012.
I ain't never seen her
I
as
was
an
12
adult.
years old when I got that job. The producers wanted a different thing. They wanted someone a little bit older. I wasn't ready for that. I ended up going to New York to dance, which was my first passion.
Yeah,
I
she
really
was
thank
in
God
that
for
bitch turning up
because I
with
got
My
to
Wife
grow
and
and
Kids.
travel. Even though My Wife and Kids was never the most popular of its time, it has aged favorably, with many viewers now discovering and enjoying everything the Kyle family has to offer.
Hey man, that's gonna do it for My Wife and Kids, man. See, I wasn't old enough. Like when it first came out, I wasn't old enough to really watch it live. You feel me? I'm catching them up on the Hulu's and the Netflix and shit like that. Like Yeah. So I see what they saying. Like it wasn't really popular back then, like in the G. It's just starting to pick up because now people are starting to recognize it. But yeah, man. That's a GOAT show, man. GOAT show. I wish we would have got season 6, but hey, man, it is what it is. We can't change the past. You might as well just keep it pushing with the future. But hey, man, that's gonna do it for the video. Let's see in the comments below. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the vibe, man. Peace.